Well, hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. And right, so we do have a ton of things to talk, and it has been extremely eventful, well, let's say last couple of days. But before even that, we did have some more interesting teases and leaks, and a ton of cool things that we will be going over. As always, during KT time, we do read the chat messages. However, this isn't quite the stream to ask us rank up questions and things like that, because we will not be actively replying to most of the chat questions unless somebody weighs in with an important point in regards to what we are discussing. That being said, it's time I introduce my excellent co-host Mando. Say hello to everybody.
Hello. How's everyone doing?
Oh, 1 second, I need to reconnect. We're gonna test this out for a second.
It didn't work, huh?
Well, it's not active yet because the stream just came on, and
that's why. I even waited. I was like,
I understand. Fine. Need to disable display capture and re-enable stream chat bot just to show your special Mando special. There are some cool, unique new emojis coming as well, and new membership levels. By the way,
it's never worth it to invest in 6-star Colossus if he's unawakened.
Yeah, kind. I mean, like, depending what are your alternate options. I'm not a big fan of doing it, but if you don't have any better options, no, it could be worse.
Yeah, Sharon, it's what happens with the pixelated icon is a YouTube thing. I don't know what the hell YouTube's doing.
I shall try to fix it right now before I actually get to the rest of the points. It happens whenever the stream actually goes live through Streamlabs. I don't know why they do it. It might be Streamlabs issue.
Yeah, I noticed that. Because it went from the main...
It should be fine now.
Yeah.
Okay, now go ahead, Mando.
Can we talk about this later?
There we go. This is Mando's unique sound bit. No cooldown, just Mando. Nobody else can access that one.
Sounds like something I'd say too.
Yeah, and it sounds like something useful in the stream.
It's almost like I planned it that way.
Yeah. Anyways, I'll disable the sound commands for this because it's not a regular stream, and we can start covering all the cool, interesting things, starting with Mr. Kabam Mike himself. And this is the post. I actually did manage to see this post all by myself on the forum. And when I went to make a video about it, it was actually, the entire thread was deleted. The title of the thread was something, "When will Kabam give us hard content again?" or something like that. I don't remember it word by word, but it was there, and it's not fake. Otherwise, Kabam Mike probably would have tweeted that it's fake, which he hasn't.
He would have dispelled it. Because I remember when this was going around, a lot of people were like, he never says, hey, they're veteran players.
Yeah,
he never says that. It's like, come on, guys.
I mean, Kabam Mike could say black is white and white is black, and there will be people who said Kabam is right.
Yeah, I know. It's one of those things that, yes, he did say this was legit. It did exist. Now it doesn't, which is kind of weird too.
But somebody has a screenshot. This guy.
Some people had screenshots, which is a good thing. Absolutely good thing. But yeah, something leads me to believe that maybe he preemptively said something he wasn't supposed to and didn't realize he wasn't supposed to say something.
Well, he wasn't the only one, though, I must say, because there have been other members of CCP who have basically said the same thing, saying that they are not allowed to give any details, but there's something very big, different, and engaging for quote-unquote veteran players or top-tier players coming soon. So I actually highly suspect whatever he's talking about is going to happen next month. Otherwise, typically CCP doesn't get that information. CCP, I suspect, don't typically get information 2-3 months in advance. They get information about the upcoming month. And I know for a fact that CCP members did in fact discuss it. I heard it on a podcast, I believe. Yes. Where people were discussing endgame content and lack thereof. So, I have highly big suspicion that this is gonna be next month.
Well, if that's the case, then this is going to be very interesting, I think.
I know, right? Right. So speaking of this, what do you think it is going to be?
That's the thing. I don't know. I was thinking maybe they may do another celebrity challenge. I think I mentioned. I don't remember if I mentioned it last week or if I mentioned it in a stream, because it's hard to remember. But with Black Panther buff coming out next month, and they never really did anything for Chadwick Boseman.
But they promised that they will.
Yeah, they promised they will. I'm wondering if that's going with, like, maybe there's going to be I don't know if it may be permanent. It may be temporary. I'm hoping it's more permanent, so people that aren't necessarily veteran players are able to go back and get it, kind of like Variant is, but not. It's not like they're going to add on to it, but just like have something for Chadwick Boseman, like having like a boss challenge or something. I know he had a boss challenge years ago. Black Panther
how we had like Road to the Labyrinth. We didn't have Road to Abyss, but they could go. They could make Road to Wakanda.
That would be really cool. Something. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe they may redo. I mean, if they want to be lazy about it, which hopefully they won't, but they could redo the Chadwick Boseman challenge, but then add like a variant difficulty to that.
Well, to be fair though, lazy does seem to be the name of the game recently with Kabam.
That's why I'm saying, if I'm trying not to get our hopes up, because maybe it is lazy. Maybe they redo the Chadwick Boseman Celebrity Challenge as permanent content, but they make a variant version of that that's more like the Abyss.
The interesting thing is that they're saying we're starting to think outside of the box. That means that means to me that they're coming up with let's say so far unseen solution that probably is low effort acquiring, because the first part of the post here in its entirety talks about how time consuming it is to design new content, and saying we're starting to think outside of the box. So to me that implies two things: that we probably haven't seen this type of approach to hard content, because well, starting to think outside of the box implies that that's something new,
right?
And ways to create difficult content other than just quests. So it's again not gonna be a quest, I think. So I don't think it's gonna be celebrity challenge or anything like that. I think it's gonna be maybe a milestone. Maybe you like use 1-star champions to defeat these rank 3 6-stars or something like that.
Oh, that'd be cool too. Yeah.
And that would be very, very low effort.
Yeah, and it is coming the same month where they're disabling the ability to sell any type of champions.
Yeah, exactly true.
So
that might coincide with that.
Could coincide. I still stand by there should be a Beyond the Abyss chapters release that is like miniature Abyss content that's like released kind of like as acts, but not in the regular acts, like completely different, but I still think that would be something really cool.
Speaking of acts, do you think next month is then 7.2 or not?
No, I think it's going to be June.
I unfortunately start to suspect more and more June. But, okay, so here's my worry. I worry that next month is going to be quite
dry.
July, obviously, is typically going to be exciting, largely thanks to the July 4th to begin with, right?
Right, but then there's all those units and all those things we got to do with it, so obviously they could bring some more content in July too, or just have had that 7.2.
But unfortunately, I do think that 7.2 is going to be June, and in May we're probably going to see some weird thing like this.
Yeah. I think June is a very safe, and I've been saying that for the past couple months. I thought it was going to be June. Once we got past the April, knowing Variant was coming in April, I was like, no, it's not coming until June. Because I just felt like, go ahead.
So here is Jeremy Goddard reminding me of that X-Men Danger Room leak that they had, right? And for all we know so far, it is just like a battle background. However, it could be a new game mode, a new challenge mode, a new something. Now, Jeremy is saying it would be cool if it would be like a practice room, which it could totally be, but I don't think Kabam would be as so kind to give us like a legit proper practice room. What I do think, however, it is probably gonna have something to do with this Kabam mic post, and it could be something like that I said, like some sort of challenges where if you qualify, then that practice room background comes in and you have to fight, I don't know, 6-star rank 3 Sentinel with some mutants or X-Men or something, you know?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But I
The
do
danger
hope
room challenges.
I do hope that the danger room is not just the cosmetic background.
That'd be really cool though. Yeah, I think it'd be cool if they called it like the danger room challenges or something like that. You know?
Yeah. There is a ton of things that they can do. Honestly, there is. Just question whether they're doing any of that.
Yeah, the possibilities are kind of endless. It's just what are they doing? Our minds can kind of
Conjure
Unfortunately-
insane things, but
I was gonna say, unfortunately, some of the things that we're probably saying is gonna be better than what ends up coming, which is sad. But yeah, hopefully.
well, you never know.
Hopefully
Maybe they're
it's,
gonna
you know,
blow us out of the water.
I hope so. I hope so. I feel like that would be really fun. It'd be really exciting if they did that.
Yeah. Right.
Looking
So
forward
that
to
being said, there are a couple more things that quote unquote leaked. Never got confirmed by Kabam, but let's face it, it is probably what's happening.
Well, considering that we'll probably know next week.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna know next week. It's next Friday at the latest. We should have all the information.
Yeah, my guess is that they didn't acknowledge it because it did leak so early. They don't want us to. They don't. Let me put it this way. They don't want to get in the habit of telling us something that far in advance.
Yeah.
Ergo, they're just going to pretend it doesn't exist.
Yeah. Well, they pretended those leaks didn't exist last time as well. Last 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
And they were accurate.
When it came with, what was it, Odin and Mangog? Or was it Odin and Mangog, or was it... Yeah, I think it was Odin and
Odin
Mangog.
Manga, and then it was the MCOC characters that were leaked as well. Last
Mhm.
two,
Yeah.
basically last 3 months characters now have been leaked.
Mhm, mhm.
Right, so we have Shang-Chi. I missed a negative, so let's find a cool picture of Shang-Chi that I can put in the background from comics. Here we go. Right.
Shang-Chi is actually, like, I'm actually excited after I saw the trailer. Because I think it's going to be, like, a lot more like the mysticism of the, like kind of what Doctor Strange did, but more in the Asian aspect kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think it could be really cool.
Overall, I mean, like, Shang-Chi, whenever anybody asks me about Shang-Chi, I'm just saying, like, basically, Marvel's Bruce Lee.
He's Liu Kang, yeah. He's Liu Kang from Mortal Kombat and Marvel, basically.
Kind of.
He's
And,
the Liu Kang.
yeah, so he's meant to be the son of Mandarin, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
And then basically he's talked to be the best martial artist in universe or on this planet or something like that. So basically,
He's basically, yeah.
and I think it was pretty much all but confirmed that he's skill.
He's the
He
coolest
could be
person.
Mystic, but I think he's gonna be skill because everything about him fits skill character much more than
Yeah.
a typical Mystic character. And I do know everybody's always bringing up Iron Fist, but to be fair, Iron Fist was very, very, very long time ago. And second of all, I think Iron Fist and that whole aspect of his fist is a much bigger trait on that character
Yeah.
than it is here. Because
Yeah, I
here the
think
main
Shang-Chi will
focus is on
be-
him being like ultimate fighter.
I could see some really cool stuff from him if he has like something similar like what they did with Daredevil's Hell Kitchen, but more refined, if you know what I mean.
Honestly, I just want to see something different. Like, man, I have had enough
I
of
would love
skill
to
character
see-
template. Like, every new or reworked skill character typically has 4 chances of like getting ability. Number 1 is shrug off or some sort of debuff bypassing thing. Number
Yeah.
2 is a crap ton of damage over time debuffs. Number 3 is crap ton of crits, and number 4 is ability accuracy reduction. Take any of last 10-15 skill characters released in the game, and they will have at least like 3 of those 4 elements in any
yeah,
character.
they will. Even the buffs.
Yeah, even the buff, And I get that Kabam is building these archetypes, and I get kind of like the need for that. But at the same time, I'd like to see something a bit different.
Yeah, you want to see something. You want to see something you haven't seen before. You
Yeah.
want them to wow you as if it's the first time you play the
Yeah,
game.
otherwise it just feels like they copy paste everything.
Yeah,
And just alter
And
slightly.
then-
and
well, they
push back.
kind of painted themselves in the corner with that, with having the different skill class. Like when I say different skill class, I mean like the different classes in general.
Well, I don't think
skills
they
listed
have
here.
though. For instance, like see mutant class, there's like literally 0 common characteristics to them.
But the thing about mutants is exactly it's in the name. It's mutations.
Well, the
it
same
can
with
go,
skill. It could be in the name. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
there
it
are
could.
different types of skills. Somebody can be skilled fighter. Somebody can be skilled with weapons. Somebody can be skilled, I don't know, escape artist. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Look, I just don't want to see the original Aunt May, not the Herald, but the original Aunt May crocheting as her skill. Come on.
Yeah, I do understand that. But I mean, obviously, this is a fighting game, but still,
Yeah, no,
ability-wise, there is no reason not to give skilled champion, I don't know, some cosmic champion abilities like armor breaks and
Kind
a
of like
ton
what
of
they
buffs.
did
There
with
is no
Cosmic
reason
Ghost
not to.
Rider with giving him some Mystic.
Yeah,
as a
there's no
cosmic
reason
champion. I
not
see
to
what you're
kind of
saying.
like give this guy a heal block or something, you know?
Yeah,
Which typically isn't the case for skill champs.
yeah. I mean, maybe not a heal block, but like, let's think.
I'm just randomly giving examples.
Yeah. But they could. What's saying he could do like
armor shatter. There's no skill armor shatter.
Armor
champion.
shatter would be
Technically,
awesome.
he could be able to armor shatter. Why not, right? Because he I
that
don't
would
know,
be.
kung fu
he'd be the
pressure point
first-
bullshit type of things.
Yeah, he'd be the first non-cosmic that can armor shatter, which would be really cool.
Yeah, well, there's a ton of things that I could give him. I really hope that this one for a change really does feel like a bit different and does something a bit different.
I hope so. Yeah.
Because like Jabari Panther, there's absolutely nothing fine about Jabari Panther, and generally like didn't mind using her, but it didn't feel much different from Hitmonkey, let's say, or from whatever.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. Yeah, I just hope he's a really badass skill champion.
Yeah,
That's all I
know.
really want.
I'm quite hopeful. They
You know what?
They should like most of the time when there is like most of the time when they base characters in the movies, they do come out quite good.
Yeah, I would love to see like him come out and be like a top prestige god too. That'd be even badass.
Oh no, I don't
We
want
haven't had
skill
one in a
top
while.
prestige.
Come on, man.
Science and tech need top prestige. Skill definitely doesn't. Skill already
Why
has high
not?
prestige
Yeah.
champs like a lot. Tech doesn't even have anybody in top 10, or maybe now. So
No,
it's
yeah.
top
Well,
7.
Silver Centurion I think is like number 8 now or something.
Yeah, something like that. And that's as high as that class goes. Tech and science needed help in prestige
Yeah,
department.
Tech and Science don't have Jack.
Yeah. Right. So we
But,
have Mr. Negative as well. We can take a
Now
look at.
I'm excited for Mr. Negative.
Let's put this picture up. Why not?
Well, obviously most people were introduced to him in the Spider-Man PS4 game that came out a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But he was introduced I want to say about 15 years ago in the Spider-Man comics, and just awesome. Martin Lee experimented on, actually doesn't even know that he's Mr. Negative. He like has an alter ego that like
Yeah, it's kind of
runs
Jekyll
a-
and Hyde situation.
Yeah, it's kind of Jekyll and Hyde. However, they eventually become one. Kind of like how Hulk became like Banner Hulk in the
Yeah.
Avengers movie, you know. But it's different. But anyway, long story short, he has potential to corrupt people by touching them and make them basically their exact opposite, more corrupted.
Yeah, and
version
he
of
has
themselves.
also abilities to like heal people by touching them, and also enhance like weapons and stuff like that, if I'm not mistaken. Like
Yeah,
pass energy.
he has a lot of like.
and- yeah.
Could you imagine if he has some kind of ability where like it's almost like reflectability kind of, but if he does like a certain special or something, like any damage done to you is doubled, or if you do any damage to him it gets reflected back immediately or something, like that'd be really cool.
Well, he's
I don't know,
likely
he's-
going to be science, so he got experimented
definitely
on
gonna
with
be
the
science.
science. He should be a science champion in theory.
Yeah,
And
he
then
should be science, which would be nice. He should have, like I said, he should have abilities that would benefit kind of the science class, but it could have more things like how you were saying before, where it takes from a different class maybe too. I think we're at that point. We need to start seeing more of that, like expecting the unexpected, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually
So-
very happy that Mr. Negative is coming because I like him. I think he looks badass. He's a cool character. He's exactly the type of
Yeah.
champion I want to see added. And that's number one. And number two, my science class is my overall favorite class in the game right now. And it's also the smallest class. And science class does a
Yeah.
lot, and it's a very strong class, but it's largely very strong because of top 10, top 12 champions who do carry the class. There are a lot of very, very outdated champions inside class as well. Now, they are getting a Miles buff not too long from now, but I do hope that Mr. Negative is better than 2021 standard.
Yeah, I kind of hope that maybe we're past the slump of mediocre, very, very mediocre, not worth having 2021 champions. This month have kind of proven that there's 2 better champions that were made compared to all the other ones released. Granted, you could make arguments for Strife and Odin, but...
Well, to be fair,
so,
like,
yeah.
again, Giovanni Panther is kind of better than the rest of the series, but she's still not really all that, like... I think she barely breaks in top 10 skill class, for instance.
I'm still disappointed seeing last week what we could have had her design look like, but that's just... Anyway.
Yeah. Design choices,
but yeah, definitely one of those things. He's a villain, so he should be good for the variant 6 that came out. You know, there could be some cool stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I think Mr. Negative will be science, and I agree with you about Shang-Chi will probably be skill, and that way you'll have a science and a skill. 2 classes that definitely need boosting, you know.
Well, to be fair, I don't think skill does.
Well, they're getting the love now. They've kind of gotten to the point where they're better than they were like 6 months ago.
I think at this point, skill definitely is ahead of Tech and Cosmic, and perhaps even ahead of like Mystic.
Yeah, I would say that all the buffs really help them, because every buff that's come out this year, majority of them have been skill. I mean, you've got Mole Man, Kingpin, Crossbones. If you even go 6 months back, you got Falcon, Daredevil's Hell Kitchen.
And like those 4 buffs alone, those 4 buffs that we've mentioned, are all like very solid. They're like towards the top of the skill class.
I would rank any of those rank 5 if I was a new player. Mole Man, Crossbones, Kingpin, or Falcon. I would rank all those at rank 5 instantly.
I duped my 6-star Kingpin not too long ago, and he's probably gonna go at the very least rank 2 pretty much immediately, and probably rank 6.
I would love to see some of your gameplay once you rank him up, because that's the one thing that's stopping me from ranking mine up, is that he's not duped. If I duped him, he would instantly go to rank 2 with the potential to go to rank 3, possibly 2. It's just really nice to see that skill kind of got back in the game, because it was Nick Fury, Aegon for the longest time.
And then it was like Stealthy, the third character.
Stealth was
that was like a huge drop off.
Third.
Yeah, Stealth was a distant third because it was a huge drop off, but now Stealth doesn't make it into top 5, which is just shows
he
how
doesn't, which is kind
good
of crazy.
skill class is doing.
He's still got the prestige, which is nice, but yeah, he doesn't make it into the top 5 anymore. You've got Mole Man, Kingpin, Falcon. All 3 of those are definitely in the top 5, I would say. Kingpin definitely based on being duped. Falcon can be good unduped or duped, but definitely benefits more from being duped. And Mole Man doesn't need the dupe at all. So that's kind of like.
So I'm genuinely like very, very excited to rank up skill champions now.
Yeah, I was looking at it. I'm completely out of tier 4 class catalyst of skill. Well, I have like 2 now, but I was completely out of it. Obviously, I don't have any tier 5 class catalysts. I just used my last one to rank up Thor Rags for prestige reasons. But even before that, I'm glad I got that out of the way, because now I can focus on the other skills I want to rank up for pleasure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of good skills out there, which I'm really happy to see, because like 6 months ago, 8 months ago,
I know,
skill
the situation was
in
quite
a
depressing.
bad place. Yeah, it's in a bad place.
Right. Well, I guess we can slowly but surely move on to the most important topics. I suppose before we do, I do want to put in a little bit of a self-plug.
Yeah.
We do have new cool things happening with memberships, and now a couple days ago I did enable a new function that I had to struggle with a lot to get working. But basically now members and moderators have unique ability to type in a phrase, like a command, like exclamation point WTF, for example, and trigger a sound during the stream. So people have been loving that. People have been loving it so much that I'm currently in the review process of YouTube to add 2 more levels of membership, which obviously do cost more, but if you do subscribe to higher levels of membership, then you do get, for the second level, one unique soundbite that only you can use, like Mando demonstrated at the beginning of the stream. I have switched them off for this stream, so don't try, because this is not a regular stream, this is a podcast type. But yeah, so if you go on to get the second level, you get a unique kind of phrase. You can either pick one yourself, or you can tell me what would you like, or what kind of idea behind it, and I'll find one for you and assign it to your YouTube account that only you can use. And then there is the GOAT membership, which is obviously probably not going to be used much, but that effectively offers you to get a mini soundboard with 5 unique sounds to yourself that you can, like, I have been enjoying having soundboard for me on stream, so I think it is a cool thing when people watching the stream can have their own soundboard, and then we can, you know, can battle, because people said it's like not fair that I can, like, you know, burn people with soundboards and stuff like that. Well, people will have a chance to fight back now. Right, so yes, that should be up and running on the channel hopefully tomorrow. Stay tuned. So if you are not member, then you definitely do want to consider becoming one, because there will be increasing amount of perks. Like, this is just one of the things that I added. There are more emojis coming as well, and more interesting cool things, and I'll constantly try and improve the membership benefits and perks. And obviously then the higher levels are for the people who are here all the time. Right, okay, that being said, let's go and talk about the spring cleaning event. So I did make the spreadsheet, and we can use it, like, to demonstrate some of the costs and stuff like that.
Which is nice of you to do, man. That was a really nice spreadsheet.
Yeah, it's a bit ugly, but I tried to rush it out in like a couple of hours after the event started, so.
Yeah, but still, you did a great job doing it.
Yeah, and there is a Cavalio version as well.
Jeez, man, you went all out.
Yeah.
Good job.
But yeah, basically, spring cleaning event arrived. So this is the second year in a row, I believe, that we get this doublon action happening. And
first year was
we're gonna ignore and not talk about the final bundles 11 and 12.
That later. Yeah.
We're gonna give that
its own
a separate segment here. But in total, in the spring cleaning event, you could acquire a ton of tier 4 basics, tier 4 class catalyst selectors, 5-star 6 stones, 50 tier 1 alpha. Everybody's full on tier 1 alpha now, man. And like 8 tier 2 alpha, 8 tier 5 basics, I believe. 35% tier 5 CC selector, so 1/3 of tier 5 CC you could select, and 28% random. In 25 generic 6-star 6 stones, 20 random 6-star 6 stones, once basically kind of generic 6-star signature awakening gem, sorry. But well, class awakening gem selector. And then 40,000 6-star shards, 2 class nexus, 3 regular nexus, and 5 5-star nexuses. So, first of all, what did you get?
I ended up getting here. I was gonna pull up my page right now. I didn't get a ton, but I did get a few things. I did get. You guys will probably kill me for saying it, but I did get the bundles, which we'll talk about later, just because why not? I actually went a little bit. I got bundle 10. Remember the generic Sig stones?
Yeah, the 6-star generics is pretty much a must-have for top prestige alliances.
I got that. I got bundle 5, which had the class-based ones in it.
Which is also pretty much a must-have for top-tier alliances.
Which was a must-have, yeah. I got those. I got, let's see, what else did I get? I got the, what is it, bundle 7? Because I could select some, the 5% tier 5, what do you call it?
7 is 1 tier 5 CC selector and 1 full tier 5 basic.
1 tier 5 basic, yeah, correct. I got that, and then I ended up getting number 6 also.
Number 6, 1 tier 2 alpha, 10% random tier 5 CCs.
And random T5 CC, yeah. So that's what I ended up getting. So I got all the Sig stones because I felt like those were more valuable to me than.
Did you go for any of the Nexus crystals?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I did go for the Nexus. I got Actually went for bundle 8. I got one of the 8s, which was what do you call it?
Magneto? Was it Magneto? No?
No, I ended up getting Sunspot from it.
Oh, sounds cool.
Sunspot. So yeah, I got Sunspot. I pulled Magneto from just a basic 6-star formed, so I thought that was nice.
Yeah, cool.
So yeah, so that's what I got. I didn't go crazy, but I definitely got some good stuff from it, and I was able to form a skill T5CC, which allowed me to rank up Thorags, and then, like I said, I got 2 new mutants. Well, actually, I got 3 new mutants, but 2 of them were from this event. So
I got some new mutants as well. I got.
Yeah, of course you did. Good man.
I got Apocalypse. I got to dupe an Archangel. I pulled Hammock and I duped Hammock. I got
Yes.
Cyclops. And
It's not bad.
I also
Probably will get buffed.
I also duped Immortal Hulk, which I'm actually
Archangel.
very happy
And
about.
Archangel.
And Archangel, obviously.
You crazy bastard. I still, like, between...
I just took Archangel's rank 3 by the way.
I know, I saw the video before this. Between Archangel, Apocalypse, and then the dupe of Havoc and Immortal Hulk, I was like, dude, man, this guy just all aces, you know?
Yeah, I know. So happy. Like, I
So,
just took
yeah,
Archangel to rank 3. I need about 10% mutant T5CC, and then APOC is going to rank 3.
Which is kind of funny. I'm the opposite. I actually have 2 fully formed mutants right now. But I'm going to use one on Namor, and then if I can awaken Sunspot, that's the other one. And it
Yeah,
will help my
well,
prestige
if
also.
I can awaken Sunspot, he's going up as well. Like, I've been waiting to awaken that guy for like half a year now.
I think it's funny that I just got Sunspot, and you're trying to awaken him, and I just got him, and then I just got Magneto also, and you've already had him also. I feel like I'm like 6 to 8 months behind your account, but we constantly are like on the same page, kind of.
Not too far off, either way. Yep.
Yeah, not
And
too
especially
far.
now that you're in top 15 IQ Alliance. Congrats on
Man,
that once
I
again,
didn't
by the way,
realize
man.
how big of a difference
It is a
it
huge
really
difference.
makes.
Like, yeah, like in
Yeah,
top 15, you get 23% T5CC every IQ cycle.
Which is insane when you think about it. It's which is gonna make me where I'm gonna be in the same boat eventually as you, where I'm gonna be low on like tier 4 class catalysts, or maybe tier 2 alpha or tier 4 basic. It's
Yeah.
just gonna be like those the lesser ones are gonna be the stuff I'm gonna have to like really
Yeah,
go for. And
It
stuff.
will be.
But yeah, definitely.
I just
this
checked,
was
by the way. Archangel is my 6th rank 3 mutant.
Because okay, who all do you have? You have Namor,
Namor,
have-
Professor X,
Professor X,
Colossus,
Who else? Colossus.
Magneto,
Yeah, Mags,
Domino, and then Archangel.
Domino, and then yeah, and Domino's the only one you're really like son
Oh,
of a gun about.
nah, she can stay there. I mean, it's just rank 3. Eventually, rank 3's 6 stars is going to be what rank 3 5 stars are today. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like
yeah,
she's,
no, I know.
she's counting my dreams or anything. It's just I kind of prefer it as Emma Frost. Because that was the choice I was
Yeah.
having to make back then.
I was actually hoping I would have got Emma the other day too, but I didn't, which is fine. It's just one of those things, like, she's avoiding me a bit, and it's like, man, I would love to have Emma.
Yeah, but yeah, spring cleaning event overall. What is your thought? What are your thoughts about it?
Overall, definitely the best value we've seen ever in the game, especially for Thronebreakers. Thronebreakers, I feel like, got like some amazing things. They were like, of all the times, like, I know we talk about when the big 2 come around, July 4th, and then Cyber Weekend. We always talk about.
Well, I think we're gonna have to talk
let's-
about Big 3 now.
Well, yeah, I think that was the idea, was they're going to push this as now the 3rd one they're going to do. Maybe they'll add a 4th one in another year or 2 also. But anyway, long story short, we'd always say that, you know, this is the reason to become Thronebreaker because of you've seen the tiered deals. Well, this time,
Well, I
it
think
really showed.
I think also one thing that everybody's overlooking, and even the cow players that might not have been overly happy with their offers, is that
Right.
this is units on top.
Mm-hmm.
You understand basically that these are the best deals. Let's say for as I showed in my video, for $100 you were able to get 5 5-star champions, one of whom being Nexus. You could get all of the 6-star shards. That's 40,000 6-star shards and 1 6-star Nexus, and then a whole bunch of like rank up resources in between. That's for $100. You have never seen that
It's
value.
insane.
There has never been an offer where for $100 you can get 5 6-star champions. So even if you didn't have the units added to those bundles, they already would
It's
be
worth
the
it.
best value offers that we have ever seen.
Which is
Now, the
so
fact
this
that you get
is-
to keep the units effectively doubles the value if you're anyone
Yeah.
who ever purchases the units.
So what I was gonna say is, now they know all these people have these extra units. Do you think they're gonna try and do like a unit deal tomorrow?
Oh yeah,
when
they're
this
gonna
all
do a ton of
expires?
unit deals. Don't be surprised if like a 6-star vision comes back around and things like that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that because he was like, how much was he before? Wasn't he like?
First time he was 15,000 units, but then I think he was like for like 9,000 units as well, or 10,000 units. I'm not sure. Eventually he's gonna go
Yeah,
down.
but
It's
he's a
same as the
lot.
5-star. When 5-star first appeared, he was also like 10,000 units or something like that, and then he was
Yeah,
going
he was
for
insane.
like
I
1,500
didn't
units.
get him till he was like dirt cheap
Yeah.
as a 5-star. But yeah, there's definitely going to be, as early as tomorrow, maybe throughout the entire week, multiple unit offers, which will be nice for free-to-play players if they didn't buy anything but they've been saving their units. I still think it's best to wait for 4th of July if you've been saving this long, but if people are getting
Well,
itchy and they see something they really like.
yeah. Well, I myself have 13.4 thousand units now.
You have 13,000?
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. Nice. Well, you could. What the hell are you going to use it on?
I don't know. I'll just keep them. I'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah, hopefully they won't entice you with something the next
But yeah,
couple
well,
days.
I did initially only spend like the $100, and then I knew
Yeah,
that I'm
but I
gonna
saw
spend
you
probably
got-
another $100 like on the rank up resources and stuff. Like, because
Yeah.
really, my alliance's entire motif was if you can spend anything on this event, you have to get the bundles 11 and 12, which we're gonna talk about later.
Yeah.
But then also a few of the subscribers reached out to me and
I saw that, which is awesome.
yeah, and then somebody else reached out to me and sent me over for another Odin, and basically I didn't get everything, but I did get most of the stuff.
Which is
and
nice.
my
Congrats
girlfriend
on that,
obviously-
and thanks for the.
Well, my girlfriend obviously will still have to have a talk with me, but hopefully I survive that.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
But that was really cool that some subscribers decided to be really awesome like that, and we always are very thankful for the generosity, and it helps to see more content and see kind of.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because like for instance, I actually haven't told anyone, but like I did upload today that 2020 Epoch Crystal opening.
Yeah.
There's
I saw
also
that.
a 2019 Cow Crystal opening that will be uploaded tomorrow.
Oh, interesting. Okay, cool.
Yeah, which is also
Well-
again huge thanks to some of you awesome people. And besides, this time those 20 Cow Crystals is like quarter of a price that they would normally be, or a fifth of a price. Because if you take a look at the doubloon cost that they cost, and it's basically a $50 unit pack, gets you more than enough doubloons to get 20 caps. So, and normally $50 unit pack gets you not even 5 caps.
Yeah, it was pretty insane, like the value for the, and you still got to keep the units too, which was the crazy part. So, definitely was nice.
So I'm definitely really...
I was happy that I was able to get some. It was definitely, this is definitely going to be where they try and get the third like hype going now. Now it's going to be July 4th.
Like next year, everybody's going to be
weekends,
waiting for this one with quite big levels of hype.
Yeah.
Also, I think this year, for this event being basically only for spenders, it actually did manage to give a ton of cool free stuff out for free-to-play players. Yes, you did not have the chance to burn your units, which obviously is kind of like irritating probably, because it's not like Cyber Weekend and July 4th where you can buy these caches or whatever they're called. But still, you know, for doing hour and a half in arena and just logging in, you got like 74,000 doubloons, which can get you up to 16,000 6-star shards or some 6-star generic stones and some resources and stuff like that, or some tier 5 CC selectors.
What I liked about the arena, even though some people didn't like that it didn't ever go past the multiplier, you didn't have to use your high champs. You could just use 4 stars and
I used just
get
3
all
stars.
the points. Yeah, you don't have to use anyone that used 6 stars and stuff kind of screwed themselves over because all you were doing were getting about the same amount of points as you get with a 5 or 4 star, and you were making it be 12 hours or 11 hours until it was timed back up again, which wasted for other arenas if you wanted to grind. So
Yeah.
yeah, but it's definitely I was surprised, very much surprised. Like we knew it was coming. You hinted about it like a month ago on KT Time. We got pretty much a confirmation from the Deadpool tweet a week ago, and then they said in game like a couple days later. And now, like after seeing it, it was like, wow, that makes sense why they were teasing it so much, you know?
I do want to point out though that this Awakening gem I think was criminally overpriced.
Yeah, wasn't it? How much is it? 810,000? Yeah.
I think it was criminally overpriced.
Because if you look at anything else, if you could have bought
And
like,
and it's
all
not
the
like
Nexus,
it had like, you know, tier 5 CCs, tons and stuff like that. It's 6 tier 12s next to it.
Yeah. If they would have priced it like half that price,
Yeah, I probably would have gotten for half the price.
yeah, that would have been more a better value.
I mean, compare, it's like 4 times the price of the class. Right? So basically, it's you can get, if you would have the purchase limit, you would be able to get like 4 6-star class Nexus crystals for the price of an Awakening gem.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, so if you did the class Nexus and you just chose the class that you wanted every time, like let's say I was really going for Mutant and I needed a Mutant Awakening gem, but if I did that, I'd have, you know, enough chances that maybe I could naturally dupe who I was doing, and I would still have
Probably get the,
I'd get the
new or decent champions.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, like I said, I got Sunspot, and I was really happy with. And my other ones were, I remember it was Sunspot, I think it was Awakened Nightcrawler, which obviously I wasn't going to do, or I think 20 more SIGs on Havoc. And I was like, no, definitely going Sunspot.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
But
I think my Havoc's already like
yeah,
6,
so I do think that they missed the mark. The only thing that I would say, besides the tier 3 alpha stuff and stuff like that, the only thing that did miss the mark was pricing of the 6-star Awakening gem. Because it's one of those items I really did want it. But
I guess
like to get that, basically you had to buy 2 Odin's packs in itself.
Yeah.
I was like, nah,
just to get
it's
it.
not. I don't want that Awakening gem that much. I'll just wait till July 4th, and it's probably gonna be somewhere in there anyways.
Yeah, the fact that they've had it like every deal, I think for the last, I think they started last July 4th.
Yeah, and then Cyber Weekend
and Cyber Weekend. There's always going to be one of those. So it's
and
like,
the
I'm
thing
not
is also,
worried
I think that where they missed the mark is that I think they did miss the mark that July 4th is only 40 days away, 38 days now.
Yeah, 38 days away. But July 4th, honestly, should be much better than this. And if it's much better than
well,
this,
I think actually looking at how good this is, I don't think they can do much better than this. I think there will be maybe a bit more or maybe a bit lower, but I don't think there's going to be much of a difference. I do generally think that, well, first of all, I do think it's going to be quite something similar to this, except that they will have obviously the free-to-play aspect of it more so in it.
That's true. That's very true. Well, we'll see. I definitely think, though, that either way, even if it's just as good, I think it's going to be nice. If it's just more moderately priced for, like I said, the Awakening Gem.
Well, Awakening Gem would have to likely be... Well, Awakening Gem would have to be in the 10,000 unit bundle offer, because it's not like they're going to let us buy 3 Awakening Gems. So they're not going to put it in the
Right. Yeah, no.
So if there will be Awakening Gem, which there will be, it is either going to be in the 10,000 unit bundle, or it's going to be in the optional 3,000 unit bundle extra, or 6,000 unit bundle extra.
Here's the question for you, my friend. Do you think they'll give us a generic, or will it be another one where you have to pick it? Like, this one was technically a generic, but you had to pick your class, you know what I mean? Ahead of time?
I don't know, I hope.
Or do you think it'll just be
Oh yeah, and by the way, it's a mistake. Not 38 days, it's 68 days. That actually calms me down a bit, because I had a brain fart and I thought it's 38 days. And I thought
you thought it was just over a month.
Yeah, I thought that there is no way I will financially recover from this till July 4th, so I was considering on putting up a kidney to my auction. But if I have 2 months, now 2 months it's doable.
Yeah, 2 months. You can 2 months. You can suck a lot of people off in that amount of time, buddy.
I know. In 2 months, I can hustle
You
up.
can tickle some taint.
Yeah, in 2 months I can hustle back in business.
No, you'll be good. I think in 2 months we can get you there, buddy. We'll do. We'll have to figure out what we're gonna do for 35,000.
It has to be OnlyFans, man. It has to be OnlyFans at this point if I want the
Well,
offers.
we've been talking about it forever.
I know, but I mean, like, July 4th.
Oh, you know what we could do?
6-star Awakening Gem and then OnlyFans.
If KT can raise $2,000 in 2 weeks, if people can donate $2,000 together, everybody together in 2 weeks, I'll reveal my face ahead of time.
Yeah. What, are you serious?
If it gets you $2,000 in 2 weeks, yeah, why not? We could do that. I don't care.
I think
If
it's
you
a
think
bit
it'll
long.
help you.
What do you guys think? $2,000 in 2 weeks, is it possible? I doubt it's possible.
It's don't ever doubt it. We'd have to start keeping track like tomorrow. It'd have to be starting tomorrow. Do 2 full weeks. We could talk about it. We can talk about it more.
We can try and see
I
that.
will do whatever it is that can help the team. You know me, KT. I've always said I'll help the team.
You
I'll
know?
help the team. I help you. If ever there was a doubt about my loyalty, here it is. Yeah, Messiah could do it in his sleep, but he's not here though, Jack.
Oh no,
That's
he's
the
actually here.
Wait, I thought he was on vacation. Oh, he is.
He's
Shit.
literally
Yeah,
just above you. I'll start. No,
I'll
it starts
start
tomorrow.
$5. Tomorrow, you already ahead. Anyway, but yeah, overall, really good deal. I thought it was really good.
$99.
Obviously, and you kind of touched on it in yours, that there's some souring to it, but
Well, that is the thing. Like, to me, what Kabam did, yet again, and they genuinely do like to do this quite a lot, is they put a big, steaming pile of poop on top of
Bird
this
sandwich.
If there would be none of these bundles, 11 and 12, I would give this offer, from my personal perspective, a 10 out of 10. I think it gave a ton of people, well, maybe 9 out of 10, because free-to-play players couldn't really kind of like go ham with their units, and that was the only thing missing from it. But looking from whichever way I want, if you spent $5 on this event, you could get decent amount of stuff. If you spent nothing but grind arena, you could spend very good amount of stuff for basically just logging in and spending an hour in arena. If you spent $100, you got phenomenal value. And overall, these were the best value offers, because don't forget again, if you spent anything at all, you get to keep the units and use them however you want.
That's what I think people keep forgetting. It's like everything that we're talking about is the extra. You still get to keep whatever units.
Like if you were to buy a unit pack 3 weeks from now, right? You get none of it, and then people will still come. Anyways, so I do think that these offers are phenomenal value overall. I do think that free-to-play players are quite decently covered with like 16,000 6-star shards and stuff like that. The only kind of gripe is that in this spring cleaning event there is no unit catch things, whatever. But as an event itself, I thought this was freaking awesome. But we do need to talk about these mother flippin'
the 2 elephants in the room.
Oh, actually, I think I can use this. Yeah, here we need to talk about these elephants in the room. Yeah, I changed the setting here, guys. See, the quality of the stream is improving. I have several. Okay, anyways.
Oh my gosh, KT.
I know. It's actually a happy accident in this case. I didn't prepare it for the stream. It was from the video that I made where I was ranting about it, and I hadn't changed it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Because I do have one layout for this type of stuff. So.
Yeah, but oh man. Okay, so. And this is, I remember when you were going over the deals, whenever you did your live reaction, everybody was like, look at tier bundle 11 and 12. Look at bundle 11 and 12. I remember in the chat. I wasn't on the live stream. I was just watching you live and looking at the chat. And we were like, obviously I was like, what's on bundle 11 and 12? And I didn't click on it. I was going to wait till you clicked on it just to see, like, react with you. And obviously bundle 11.
I did not see this coming.
I didn't either. But Bundle 11's where we saw our first taste of Tier 3 Alpha Catalyst fragments. 2250, which is this one. It takes 40, is it 45,000 to form one?
I think it's 50.
Let me look.
No,
Look real quick.
so tier 6 basic is 57, and tier 3 alpha is 45.
Okay, so it's 45, yeah. So instead of being 36, it's 45, and they've bumped the other one up to 56. That's insane for the tier 6.
Well, but to be fair, it is like 25% of the catalyst.
Yeah, 25% is not bad, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it's like initially when they started
gonna...
introducing these tier 2 alphas, there was like 3,600 frags and stuff like that, so...
Yeah, but this is... Obviously, you're going to need 3 of them, of each one of them. But so then you... So,
but
okay,
these
so
are generic though, so there is no RNG class matching.
Yeah, which is nice. Until rank 5s come out, you wait. Then the rank 5s are going to have... That's the crazy part is, think about it. This is for rank 4. Rank 5, how many is it going to cost for each one of these? That's going to be insane. And then there'll probably be a tier 6 class at that point in time. Because you still need 5 of the tier 5 basics. You need 2 of the tier 5 class. And then you need 3 of the 2 new ones. It's still insane amount to invest. But... So yeah, so the first for Bundle 11, it wasn't too overpriced. I don't think it was overpriced at all.
No, because it's a lot less.
Yeah, but then you get to the higher one, which is Bundle 12, and that's where you get your taste of Tier 6 Basic Catalyst, which you basically get like, what is that, a fifth of it, I think?
Tier 6 Basic is 25% of it.
Yeah, so okay, so a fourth of it. So there you go. So a fourth of it. And then another 9,000 if you got the other one as well. So you got 9,000 of that. So that's another 25%. So, man, I mean, if you're in a Prestige Alliance, you were basically forced to get these if you're going to buy anything.
But here's the worst thing is because that's how Kabam like plays it, and that's why everybody hates it so much. Because you don't know whether this will matter. Because it could be a situation where they just don't offer more of it and these sit stale for like a year and they haven't made any impact, right? And everybody's still locked behind the content, but everybody's unsure and panicking and nobody wants to lose their space and ground like in competitive scale and alliance-wise. That's why everybody's kind of like stronged arm into buying it. It's kind of like, what's the best way to say? I don't know, imagine if you... if you live in a country and then you say, so there's going to be a nuclear attack. Nuclear attack could happen in your lifetime or in your kid's lifetime. You don't know when it's going to happen. And then Kabam casually offers you, but if you buy this, I don't know, emergency portable bunker, you will survive. Right? It's kind of like, do you do it? Of course you do it, because if it happens, but you don't know if you're ever gonna use it, right?
That's true. Yeah.
So it's similar situation here because they sold it and everybody bought it. You're not knowing without these offers, without these items having any impact on the game immediately. Like my personal working theory is like this because we had these resources in spring cleaning, so they sure as shit will be in July 4th. And the sure shit will be in Cyber Weekend.
Yeah. Now...
and they will not sell less of these. They will sell more of these, if anything. Or at the very least, same amount.
So, something Integral pointed out, which I was going to point out too, because I knew I have the sigil, so it's a little bit different for me, but... So, you know, it says it needs 3 Tier 3 Alphas and 3 Tier 6 Basics. If you don't have the sigil, you can only carry 2 Tier 6 Basics max and 1 Tier 3 Alpha in your inventory. If you have the sigil, you can get 3 Tier 6 Basics, which is what you need, and only 2 Tier 3 Alphas. So, they have to change the inventory, or it's perhaps that they have not shown the actual cost for upgrading to rank 4 yet.
Yeah, it might be that it's going to be a different number. Absolutely correct. There is the fact, but like where I theorize, let's say assuming that it will be 3 of each,
Yeah.
Assuming
assume
it will
that.
be 3 of each. What I suspect is that we're going to see slightly larger amount of these resources on July 4th. Let's say 50% of each, right?
Yeah, 50% would be good. Yeah.
And Cyber Weekend's probably going to be at the very least same, or again, a bit bigger. Let's say 75%. That would be fairly cautious, like progression, right? I think so.
Yeah.
So I think all 3 of these paid events will, and also I'm quite confident that these resources will be in the cash offers. So basically, let's say
I
you can
guarantee
buy
it,
10% per Odin, or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Or like 15% for Odin.
Yeah, I guarantee it.
Basically, my thought process is that you're gonna form 1, maybe 1.5 in these 3 big sales, and there's probably going to be 1 of each in, let's say, 7.2. Because if they don't include these resources in 7.2, everybody's gonna be pissed off even more than they are now, because
there will
you know
be
what
a
I mean?
riot if they
So they
don't.
kind of have to put them in 7.2, 7.3, and 7.4 now if they have started selling them. If they're not there, people will be stupid mad, and Kabam is gonna again dig themselves further in this mess.
They'll end up losing more players if they don't put it in 7.2 now.
If they just sell it and don't offer a chance to work for it. So I do think personally that maybe not next season, but the season after, we're gonna see them in Alliance Ward rewards. I do think that every major piece of content in Act 7 is going to include these, and so will every major sale July 4th. My prediction is that anybody who can buy this and the upcoming couple of offers will amount to a rank 4 6-star prior to 7.3 or after 7.3, but let's say 7.3 is the landmark. And then everybody who can't, hasn't, or won't buy these offers will get their first rank 4 6-stars only after 7.4 has come out.
Yeah,
Act 7 being the main source.
If you don't pay, you're not gonna get it until
like several months after, like 3 to 4 months
several
after.
months out. Yeah, and it's gonna be like the first people to get it is gonna be the people that pay money.
And I
it's
think
gonna be
that is why everybody wants to buy these, because you don't want to be left behind, because you don't want to be stuck in a situation for 4 months, for a third of a year, where your rival alliance has rank 4 6-stars and you don't, and you lose your spot in AQ for prestige. You lose alliance wars because somebody has rank 4 defenders and rank 4 attackers and you don't, and things like that. So
yeah, you do not want to be where, like, let's say right now you're in the top 10, and because you and a few other people in your alliance didn't buy these deals, you force the alliance to drop down to like top 20 all of a sudden, like half of what you were.
And that is what Kabam is playing at. Kabam is playing at people's fear right now. For no other reason. Because there is no other reason right now to purchase these.
No, it's all
They're
about
not going
the
to change
money
anything right now.
It's all about making the economy that way inside the game.
Yeah, but here's the thing, and Kabam are like a really big bunch of idiots, in my personal opinion. That being said, they clearly have more financial success than I do. But they are in a fairly unique position where people largely, especially endgame players, want to throw money at them. They didn't have to do this. They could have skipped these bundles, they could have added in some more tier 5 CC or another 6-star awakening gem or something, right? And any person who spent money on this event would have spent money on this event. And I sincerely believe that. I don't think this move made sure that less people spend money on this event. Because this leaves a sour taste. Because Kabam is in a unique position where they don't have to try and convince us to spend money. We want to spend money. We want to throw shit at Kabam to get, like, you know, the Nexus crystals and all that stuff. And despite that, they chose to intimidate us into thinking that we have to spend money or we're going to fall behind. Yeah, and I don't understand that approach. I genuinely don't understand that approach.
It definitely turned people off.
Because that is it. Like, I bought these offers, but I didn't buy them because I wanted them. I hated buying them. I hated everything to do with them. I hated seeing them, looking at them, the fact that they exist right now in the game, and that this is how they introduce them. But I bought them out of fear.
That's what they were doing. Fear of missing out right there, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. That's the classic point of FOMO. I don't want to be left behind. I don't want to possibly, let's say, I know it's not likely to happen, but let's say if I'm the only person in the Alliance who doesn't buy these, and I'm the only player in the Alliance that doesn't have a rank 4 6-star, obviously I get the does boot until I get back into the track on prestige.
Yeah, and that's shitty. I mean, it's a shitty thing, but it's the sad truth at the same time, you know. it's crappy, man. I agree with you 100%. I don't think it only affects. Someone asked, do you think it only affects the top 20 alliances? No, it affects everybody that's in a prestige war themselves.
Well, it affects more people, like top 20 alliances or even top 40 alliances, likely how
probably 40,
more similar thought process to mine. But that doesn't mean that lower players don't care for it. It just means that it mostly or most heavily affects the highest prestige players. But what people also don't understand, and I'm not trying to oversell the value of top tier alliances, but the significant portion of money from this game comes from those, let's say, top 20 alliances. You think that's irrelevant number? No, it's not irrelevant number, because 20 alliances, 30 people in alliance, that's 600 people, and those 600 people in top 20 alliances produce meaningful amount of income for Kabam.
Yeah, and what you got to remember is all about trickle-down economics, people. Once it starts affecting the top players, it goes down from there. So it's going to affect you in some way or another. Whether that means that you used to be in a top 40 alliance and now you're in a top 90, you know, stuff like that. That'll happen too.
Yeah, or if once rank 4 6-stars come and if you're behind that, you might not be able to get into alliance you could have been previously. Or it's the situation like right now. Some people are struggling to take their first or second or third 6-star to rank 3, and some people have 30. But just because you didn't care for rank 3 6-stars a year ago doesn't mean that you don't care about them now.
Yeah, Seraph, I know. So Seraph makes a good point. He said no one in his alliance bought the deals, but they're in their top 20. But when rank 4s come out, you may not be top 20 anymore because of that. I mean, I'm just saying, and it's not your fault.
I do again, and I do understand completely that this issue doesn't trigger everyone from the practical aspect. But this issue, never you mind everything I have said about these catalysts so far and how it could potentially affect people in alliances. But this issue also shows how Kabam is planning to introduce these catalysts.
Yeah.
And like historically, up until about 2 years ago, we always had situations where first you had to do a piece of content in order to be able to get to the next progression level. And that's a fairly recent change that you buy your way through it. And it feels so much worse this year, especially because an entire 2021, we haven't had a single event that lets us earn even a full tier 5 CC. Nothing. This year we have had nothing that even lets us earn one tier 5 CC, like full. Like, you know what I mean? These 4 months, best thing that has come out is one variant that's relatively for, let's say, mid to high mid-tier players that offers 25% tier 5 CC a quarter one. So we can't even earn a single catalyst that's a tier below to what they are selling. It just feels so filthy.
It just makes it where it's unobtainium. That's what it becomes. Unobtainium.
Yeah, it kind of feels that nothing you do in this game really matters besides of which offers you buy. And that is not what Kabam wants. That's not what they should want. Because the moment you start to feel that no quests help you, no arenas help you in competitive play, as a competitive player, people lose interest in this game. This year, so far in these 3 months, we have had a ton of people either step back, retire, take a break or whatever, because I said that nothing in this game currently actually like properly matters.
Oh man, you did not just put in you just did not make me think of the Metallica Nothing Else Matters song.
Well, it kind of has been. This year they have definitely dropped the ball.
I know.
This year
they've
definitely
not just dropped the ball, they lit the ball on fire and blew it up and on its way to the goalpost.
Yeah. Again, I love this game. I want it to succeed, but let's face it, pretty much everything that they have released this year sucks, or they have just not released things that they should have. There have been absolutely no meaningful events since December. Okay, they released one variant now that, again, well, it's neat. It's not impressive anymore. It's neat at best. And
it's also
most of the champions this year suck.
Yeah.
It's getting harder and harder to love this game.
Like what you were saying though, variants are not looked at the same way anymore as
Yeah,
they were
exactly.
before.
Variant 5 was interesting because the rewards get gradually increased, right? But now Variant 7 and the difficulty is still the same. It's kind of neat.
Variant 7 shows what laziness plus the same rewards can equal stale and unengaging and not as fun.
Yeah, so I generally do hope that they pick it up. Kabam Mike teased that hard piece of content that should be 7.2. And then hopefully there are some interesting times ahead, because they definitely do need to turn up the volume to 11. Kind of like reinvigorate this game.
I agree. And I think that, and here's the thing, we don't, and KT isn't this way and I'm not this way, we don't try and complain about
get me right, I love this game, and I love, and this game still can excite me, and there are a ton of things, but objectively speaking, I think you are doing disservice if you ignore the mistakes or problems, whether that be in relationship, whether that be in the game, or whether that be in anything else. You need to tackle them, and you need to try and work with them.
Right. You can't look at everything with rose-tinted glasses and think everything's fine while everything's burning down around you. You got to acknowledge that there's some problems sometimes, and that's okay. It's just, what are you going to do to fix it? And by the time you implement that, is it too late? Like, did you take too long? And the longer you wait to observe and react, the worse it can be for you.
Yeah, but let's hope that next month is awesome. I do have a feeling that next month is going to be mediocre-ish with nothing too much happening, but I do have a feeling that they're going to turn it up in June, because in June they typically start that huge summer appreciation calendar 3-month thing, so that should be coming at some point soon.
Maybe we'll get the real summer of pain finally.
Maybe we're going to get the real summer of pain or some other interesting things. So I am optimistic. I do think there are a ton of things that we have to look forward to. I do think they are working on more than they are telling us, which would also kind of explain the laziness in the recent content and events and things and characters. Yeah. So I do hope that there is going to be like a new wave of exciting things happening, Mountains of Champions. And anybody who asks me for, I'm thinking of leaving the game and stuff like that, and I always tell people, just hang in there. Hang in there. I do have a good feeling that something fun and interesting is coming.
Think of that kitty cat that's like holding on to the branch and says, hang in there. Just think of that.
Yeah, exactly.
That motivational pose, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that almost kind of like puts an end to all of the important discussion topics here today. Discussed everything that we meant to. Next week we should have a lot of things to talk about. Next week we should have the information, solid, concrete of next month's event.
Right.
Next week we should know everything basically that's to happen, and probably we also need to look forward to something that's gonna go wrong or gonna be bugged to discuss.
I'm just gonna say, on a positive note, just know that we're all here to commiserate together. We're all here to try and help each other get through the tough stuff. So if you need help, don't forget to reach out to us. We're always here. We're not hard to get a hold of, I don't think. I think KT has actually made himself very easily accessible to everybody in the community. So just remember, we're out there. Yeah, I called you easy like Sunday morning.
Okay, fine. Remember
Deal with it. But we always appreciate you here. We will always be here. KT ain't going nowhere. I'm here as long as they'll have me. We're going to be here helping you out no matter what, and help us figure out what the hell we're going to do for 35,000 people. Because they'll be here before we know it.
Yeah, well, hopefully. Anyways, we're back on track tomorrow morning with the morning coffee and side event grind thingy. Yes, that's what we're up to. So, I'll see you tomorrow morning, guys. Everything else, well, leave a comment, drop a message if there are any more questions, and yeah, see you.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the